Okay, so issue we had is that your bad shot was a low or a hook to the left, okay?
Yeah.
So that was the shot you were sort of fearing, okay? So all your sort of movements in the swing to try and send the ball somewhere to the right there, okay? If your target line being roughly the 200 sign there, that's where aiming, okay? So sometimes you aim a bit further right to start with, which would obviously encourage more of a hook when you get the club face closed. Now, if we look at this backswing here now as the club goes back, your left wrist from here now is already going underneath and the club going behind. Look at your top of your back, so the hands there, because you almost are off the club there already. Club face position here now, in comparison to your left forearm that is low anyway, your club face now is really, I mean, your left arm should be in some region up there. So that technically is a 90-degree closed club face. So that's going to go to your left foot. So then you can see how much you better try and manipulate the golf club to get it to come back to the golf ball square. Okay, so all those movements, as the backswing was trying to hit the ball to the left, and your downswing trying to compensate for that, sending it somewhere right. Okay, no, exactly, and that's the problem. So you look at the backswing here now. Club goes back nicely towards the camera because your body and chest are turning better. Look at that. That's it's so much better top of the backswing. That now your left arm's higher for one. The club face is perfectly on line. So now your club's going from 90 degrees shut to actually square. That's why I said you made a 90-degree change in half an hour sort of thing. The thing is from here now is trusting that you're not going to hit this golf ball in this direction. We can now release the club fully and send the ball towards target. Okay, so you come back to the golf ball now, we can make a full release of the golf club. Ball can start towards target line here, and we can just twist through with a trusting the ball's going to go left. Now on the range we can trust quite easily. And on the golf course it's going to be a little bit harder. So I would encourage, if you can, try and get a little bit of time. Again, you'll get this video now, you can sort of see that you can use the images there, so you can sort of screenshot that. That's the kind of position we're trying to get to. The change from there to there is massive. It's good massive. It's a good change to where you got to, okay? On occasions, if your left wrist goes a bit the old way, and you release the club properly, you get the ball doing this again, okay? So the ball does start going left. It's a backswing issue to try and change. If some of your shots start going a little bit towards the right there, more often than not it's going to be a downswing issue. You just try and hit the ball non-left or anti-left, which you've done for the last month, shall we say, with that hooking shot coming in, which was all caused by him pointing there. Once that club's in that position, you got the only. It's massive. Yeah, exactly. I say a little bit close at the top's fine, but I mean Dustin Johnson does that, but his club face is probably pointing more on that sort of line as opposed to that sort of line. And plus, he is incredibly strong, and he comes to the golf ball so fast, and it works. At the moment, that position for you wasn't working, was it? No, so it's a direct fault because that club face is closed and the ball's going left. If you were slicing the ball from there, I would have changed that. Because change it to this now would hit the ball even further right. But because you were hooking it, that was a direct fault we had. The loss of grip pressure. And it makes sense because you're losing grip pressure and you've lost all that club. And especially if it's wet or windy, the chance of regripping the club the same anyway. It's going to cut it into that period. It's almost guesswork, isn't it? Exactly. And then you're trying to sort of guess at 80 mile an hour where the club's pointing. It only happens probably more so with a driver, just because it's a faster swing and you're trying to give it the beans and stuff. With an iron and so on, it's a smaller swing. You're not trying to complete a longer backswing. The good thing is it shows you turn more because the club's gone back further there without cheating it. It's a great backswing position there. But from there now, so as your warm up, as we said, I wouldn't go back quite so far, but go back to maybe this sort of distance and then try and get the sensation in the warm up. You get a few shots to go this way, just to try and get the manipulation of the club face. And what does that feel like? So your awareness of where the club points at impact will come greater and greater. At the moment, your club face awareness is please don't go left. Let's just go somewhere over there and hope for the best kind of thing.
I'm always aiming. I'm always at the
club face. Exactly. Yeah. So, which is fine on 10 on the Mac or 17 on the Mac or whatever other holes, but certain holes you can't aim that far right. And if you do go that far, you bosh the trick. Exactly. So you've got to think about how the ball gets just sort of fly towards that. And plus, if you're playing holes maybe that's 7th on the Mac or trouble on the right hand side, do you want to aim your body the third on the button, for example? Do you want to aim towards the button? Exactly. And you want it plonker. So does that all make sense? Okay. Okay. So good back to me. You can feel a lot more control there. So just the hands out, much better position. You're supporting the club. That club's maintained its position throughout the swing. You can just return that back to the golf when aiming straight and hopefully bosh in the middle of the fairway. Okay, mate.